a careless and free lifestyle.
No, who doesn't? You know what, Allison, though? It's not cheap to take care of rescued animals.
Right.
It's not, especially when you're talking about medical expenses.
But there is a way you can help and get a clean dog in the process. Healthy dog in the process, perhaps. Fox 5's Annie Yu is here with today's Pet Project. Annie.
Good morning, Allison and Tony. That is right. It is not cheap taking care of injured animals, and no one knows that best than Nancy Tarr, who is the Director of Animal Programs with Homeless Animals Rescue Team. Good morning, Nancy.
Good morning. Thank
and of
you.
course, you've brought your good friend, volunteer and foster mom, Brigid Howland. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So here in my lap, I have Miss Bailey.
Bailey.
And we should put this out there that she does have a home. She was adopted out on Saturday.
She is. She's going to her new home.
Yes, but she is a good example of how your rescue and other rescues are called upon to help injured dogs. Tell us about Bailey.
So I think it was a Wednesday morning. I got a phone call from a woman who said she needed help with her dog. She had no other options, and she was going to have to euthanize her. And could we please help? So what happened? She claimed her daughter's friend threw the little dog on the ground and broke its arm. She took the dog to the vet. The vet referred her to the specialist. She called the specialist. The specialist said it's going to cost $3,000 to $4,000, and she couldn't afford it. And so she took it to the vet to be euthanized, and they wouldn't do it, so they gave her our number. We got her that very day and took her to the surgeon, and she had surgery that night.
Well, thank goodness the vet said no to that, and good for him or her.
Because she was only 8 months old when we got her.
And she's perfect. I mean, she's a perfect little dog. Now, I did read in her bio that she can be a little snappy and have the diva attitude, which is okay, Miss Bailey. That is okay. But it can be kind of hard to ease them into other dogs and socialize them with, you know, kids or other dogs. Do you have any tips or advice for their future?
You know, I would say, especially with little dogs, you always have to remember that a dog is a dog and needs to be treated, I don't want to say treated like a dog, but the more you carry a dog, the more entitled it is. First of all, it's elevated, so it feels superior. Second of all, you take away its flight, so it can't get away, and dogs are more inclined to bite when they're being held. Also, tiny dogs tend not to be great with children. They tend to be a little bit more nervous around kids. So I would say when you have a tiny dog, have older kids or no kids at all.
Good advice. Now, who do you have here?
This is Jack, and Jack came from a rural shelter, southwestern Virginia, where they euthanize every animal every Thursday. This is a shelter where we run a weekly transport and save hundreds of dogs. He's looking at the camera right now.
Look at that.
So he's about a year old. He's full grown. We think he's a boxer mix. He's got this really interesting mohawk on the back of his head here. He's a perfect size. He's only about 35 pounds. He's not super high energy. He's house trained. Great with dogs.
He
submissive.
is
great. This is really a perfect dog and handsome.
Yes, he is. And who do we have over there, Brigid?
This is Stella. Stella is a victim of a hoarder. She was taken from the authorities from a house of 130 dogs. And HART was able to go in and rescue 33, save 33 of them. Stella has 5 puppies that she's currently taking care of in the foster home. Super sweet, very hungry as she's trying to nurse all these puppies.
She is feeding all those little puppies.
That's
I don't blame her.
But she's very sweet. She gets along great with other dogs, and she's just easy.
Sweet Stella.
Yeah.
Now, to help dogs at your shelter and medical expenses, you have a really good fundraiser coming up.
We do. We have a fundraiser coming up on June 29th at the Artful Gift Shop in Vienna, Virginia. It's on a Sunday from 1 to 4. It's a dog wash, an outdoor dog wash, $10 per wash. Bring your dog, as many dogs as you have. We'll get them as dry as we can. We'll get them clean and we'll get them as dry as we can. The proprietor of the Artful Gift Shop is giving 50% of proceeds for most of her animal-related merchandise to HART, and a local restaurant is giving us proceeds from sales that day.
Excellent.
Yeah.
For $10, I'm there.
Yeah, it's a fun event.
And hopefully it'll be warm enough so they can just dry on their own. Really.
Dry in the sun. It'll be a nice day, yeah. And then we do have another event coming up on October 6th. It's our annual Walk for the Animals. And that's a Saturday, October 6th at Bull Run Park. It's an all-day event.
Nice that day, October weather.
Very important.
Excellent. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank
and good luck to you. Back to you, Tony and Allison.
What a good-looking group.
It really is. They're all cute.
Thanks, Annie. Well, how do you take architecture, engineering, and art and transform it into fun for the whole family?
Well, that was the task for some of the top building and landscape designers from our area, and they did it using miniature golf. Holly Morris is learning all about it. She joined
the Fox 5 weather app. Look 10 days ahead or hour by hour. View today's video forecast and radar that can pinpoint your neighborhood free at your app store or Android market.